It started with a creak in the attic floorboards. Just a soft thump, like something long forgotten shifting slightly in the dark. But that sound was enough to change everything. My name is Emily Johnson. And this is the story of what we found in the attic of our family home, and how it tore us apart before stitching us back together. We weren't the kind of family that talked much about the past. There were framed photographs lining the hallway, sure, smiles frozen in time. But beneath them, there were shadows. My grandfather, Thomas Johnson, had built this house with his own hands after the war. A towering Victorian at the edge of Maine's pine woods. It had tall ceilings, dusty chandeliers, and an attic none of us really talked about. That attic always gave me chills. Not because it was haunted in the traditional sense, but because it felt like something up there was waiting. After my grandmother passed, we returned to the house to clean it out. My parents, my brother Jonah, and me. We thought we were sorting through old furniture and faded memories. We were wrong. It was Jonah who found it. A small wooden chest tucked behind insulation, covered in cobwebs and time. The lock had rusted shut, but with a little effort it opened. Inside were letters, photographs, and a leather-bound diary with initials engraved in gold. Hey. Not Thomas Johnson. Not my grandmother. Hey. Someone we'd never heard of. That was the beginning. The letters were love notes. Tender, aching words exchanged between my grandfather and someone else. Not my grandmother. The diary belonged to Eleanor Harper Johnson. My great-aunt. Except, no one had ever mentioned her. Entry after entry told a story none of us were prepared for. A secret affair. A child born out of wedlock. A sister cast out of the family for loving the wrong man. Eleanor had lived in that house, in that attic, when she was 17. Pregnant. Alone. Her final entry read, "If anyone ever reads this, know that I forgave them long before they deserved it. But I couldn't stay. Not here. Not in a house that forgot I existed." The silence in the room after I read that out loud was heavier than any words. My mother wept. My father sat still, face pale, as if every memory he thought he knew was crumbling. He was angry. Not at Eleanor, but at the fact we'd been lied to for generations. "We erased her," he whispered. "Like she didn't matter." We spent days piecing the truth together. Letters revealed that Eleanor had fled to New York. She'd sent money back to the family for years, never heard from again. One photo showed her holding a baby. Our uncle, our cousin, we didn't know. The trail had gone cold. And then the fighting began. My mother accused her father, my grandfather, of cruelty, of cowardice. My father defended him, clinging to the idea that some secrets were meant to stay buried. But I couldn't stop thinking about Eleanor. She wasn't just a ghost in the attic anymore. He was real. She laughed. She cried. She forgave even when she shouldn't have. One evening I went up there alone. Sat by the chest. Held her diary in my hands and read every page again slowly. I cried. For her. For the baby. For all the women whose stories are silenced in the name of shame. Eventually we made a choice. As a family. We didn't just lock the chest back up and pretend it never happened. We created space for Eleanor in our family story. We added her photo to the hallway. We wrote her name into the family tree. And we transformed the attic. Where once there were cobwebs and shadows, now there was light. A quiet reading nook. A shelf holding Eleanor's diary. And a plaque that read, "In honor of stories untold and voices once silenced." That discovery didn't heal everything overnight. My father still struggles to talk about it. My mother visits the attic almost every week, lighting a candle for Eleanor. Me. I became a storyteller. Because some stories don't want to stay hidden. They whisper. They call out in the dark. And when we find the courage to listen, to really listen, we begin to heal. If you've ever felt like your family hid something from you, if you've ever uncovered a truth that broke your heart but made you stronger, then maybe you've heard the whispers from your own attic too. And maybe, just maybe, it's time to stop pretending we don't hear them. The end.